Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Dongwon Lee. I'm specialized in speech signal processing and quality assessment for 19 years. I worked on VoIP platform team here at Line Plus. Today, I'm going to talk about what we have done to maintain the best call quality during the last 8 years. Nowadays, many people have been using internet phones because the call quality is good and most of all free. But even though it's free, if the quality is not good, people won't use it. So if we want people to keep using our service, we have to maintain the good quality. This story is about how much effort we make to keep the call quality at the best. Here is a quick agenda for the talk. We are going to start with a brief overview, what defines best call quality. Then we're going to talk about how to assess the quality. We will tell you the trend of the assessment method. And then finally, we're going to talk about how to assess the global quality and about monitoring system. So let's get started. What defines best call quality exactly? To make the best call quality, we need to define that. Let's talk about telephone. We make a call to family or friend every day and feel happy from their voice. Also, we make a call for work or to reserve hotels. We can't imagine a world without telephone. As you can see from the telecommunication, the first meaning of a telephone is to deliver some information to people who are far away. But do you think that you make a call just to get information? Sometimes I talk to my mother on the phone in the morning. I'm sure you will do it. Usually, what do you say? I just talk about her health, weather, something like that. What about you? The most important thing is what do you feel after you talk to your mom? Did you feel after you talk to your mom next to you? Do you feel your mom's love? When I go on a business trip, I used to make a call to my girlfriend. We don't talk to each other, not so much. We are just hooking up the phone and do our job. But once the call is connected, I feel like our space is connected. I feel like she's around me. Connecting space, I think this is a new paradigm of the line call. To feel connected to each other in the same space, we need a live sound quality that you can feel as if we were in the same space. How do you make a live sound on a telephone? At first, we are thinking about the distance when people talk to each other. Research on physical contact and human distance has already been conducted since the 1960s. In the research, a couple of communication distance was surveyed in Europe and Asia. There are three kinds of distance. A close distance for family or lover. It is very close, so we can feel even the other's breath. And personal distance for friend or colleague. And the last is the social distance. Most of people say at this distance when they met for the first time, which of them is best? We have made the final goal of line call quality that the same as when we talk within 1 meter. Now, how should we assess the call quality? First, we need to understand why the VoIP call has a discontinuity. Let's take a look at the process of transmitting a voice over the internet. The speech signal from the microphone are compressed at 10 to 50 times by the speech encoder. Compressed data is packetized in a container for internet delivery and sent approximately every 20 milliseconds. That means 50 times every second. These small and numerous voice packets were sent to the other side of the internet and have to be realigned without any missing packet. Finally, converted to voice. Because the voice packet were transmitted through the packet network, this packet may be missed or may arrive rate. So you have to consider this when you evaluate the quality of VoIP. What is the best way to measure the voice quality? That is to listen and evaluate it by the human ear. We call this the mean opinion score, for short MOS. Here you can see humans listening to the call sound giving the response of 1 to 5. If the voice is excellent, then score to 5. If the voice is bad, then score to 1. It's simple. Okay, let's score in yourself. First, let's listen to the original voice twice. Remember this voice.
These days, a chicken leg is a rare dish. The hogs were fed chopped corn and garbage.
One more time.
These days, a chicken leg is a rare dish. The hogs were fed chopped corn and garbage.
Are you ready? Here we go. The voice one.
These days, a chicken leg is a rare dish. The hogs were fed chopped corn and garbage.
What point is the voice one? The next is voice two.
These days, a chicken leg is a rare dish. The hogs were fed chopped corn and garbage.
It's a little bit discontinuity. Okay, how was it? Is it easy? Can you give the same score with the other guys? It is impossible. Because as you can see, the score depends on the experience of listener and the listening environment. To assess the call quality as the same value when you measure repeatedly, we need the objective method. Many objective testing algorithms have been developed to predict human-assessed MOS value, which consider the VoIP networks. The algorithms use the psychoacoustic modeling algorithm to provide human-assessed score. The models use an intrusive method of sending voice through the network or recording voice at the far end, basically end-to-end testing. But PSQM, PAMS, PESC did not work well within use on the VoIP network because they did not consider a packet network impairment. So in 2011, a new algorithm was introduced. The name is Polka. The Polka allowed true quality prediction for a variety of VoIP codecs. Last year, version 3 of Polka is released. It is a significant step forward, providing full band measurement for next generation network. We use a couple of metrics to assess the call quality. The Polka gives us MOS and delays. Now, we have gone through the detail of assessment. To find out what the sound quality of line call is all over the world, we had to go and test it on the country's network. How many countries are line calls used? Line users are connected through the line call in more than 200 countries around the world. Do you know how many countries exist in the world? Yes, almost 230. We couldn't travel to all countries, so decided to send an expedition team to the major country. We have spread out a map of the world and divided it into 3 major parts: Southeast Asia, Europe, and America, and sent expedition team to 15 countries. The measurement was carried out in major countries over a couple of months: Thailand, Taiwan, China, Spain, Germany, the United States, etc. When you arrived in a country, the first thing we had to do was to buy a SIM card. In some country, there was no micro SIM card, so we had to cut in with a knife and put in a cell phone. In some hotels, the 3G network has the best signal at the hotel door, so we had to move the table in front of it. At first, I was fun to travel around the world, but as time went by, it was not easy. we had to finish the measurement in a tight schedule. We couldn't unpack the luggage and had to leave for another country again. I was getting tired. It was okay once in a while, but I couldn't go often. Because line call is a global service, we need to assess the global quality of a line call. But we couldn't send an expedition team every year in this way. Since then, we decided to install the measuring device in each country, automatically dialing, measuring, and develop the system that can analyze the result and show the statistical value. The system was designed to meet the following conditions. First, the system should measure objective metrics obtained by the expedition team. The expedition team figured out several metrics which present the user experience during the call. Second, the system should measure not only line call but also competitive apps. Lastly, this system should give an easy user interface for monitoring and comparing the measured metrics. After several years of research, we had developed a global quality monitoring system. This system can be applied Android and iPhone. The system can measure voice and video quality in any kind of communication app that can be installed on smartphone. And can be applied to all type of mobile network, for example, 3G, LTE, Wi-Fi. This system can be applied to all mobile network operator in the country. Okay, let's take a look at the feature of a global quality monitoring system. We measure metrics automatically in 24 hours. We can see each metric score and analyze each statistical property. We can choose a country, applications, period, phone type, and operator. We combined all metrics into one single index using a unique formula, which is figured out user experience. We can assess the call quality using this index. This is the flow of index changing by date. The green line is a line call. It is always on the top score. Also, we can monitor the global quality score on the maps. The green color means a good quality. From this map, we can watch whole quality index of the world at just a single glance. Of course, the gray part is the area that we have to explore. This is my favorite feature. We can analyze why the sound quality is good or bad. The value shown in the upper right corner is from Polka. There are more score, delay, and some information such as amplitude of signal. You can see the spectrogram of signal in real time. This example represents a good sound. Let's take a look at how this feature would work.
These days, a chicken leg is a rare dish. The hogs were fed chopped corn and garbage.
The most score of this is almost 4. From the spectrogram, we can figure out that this call provides super wideband quality. This example represents a bad sound. Comparing with the previous slide, we can figure out that the spectrogram is a wideband. This difference in sound quality is the same as FM, AM radio. And you can hear that the last sentence is disappeared. The Morse score of this is almost 2. Let's take a listen.
These days, a chicken leg is a rare dish. The hogs were fed chopped corn and...
So far, it was a description of a voice call. Line call also provides video call service, so it is necessary to measure the quality of a video call. Unfortunately, human visual characteristic has not been identified as a whole cognitive process and pretty much complex, so there was no single method like Polka. Therefore, most video calls use a couple of measurement methods together. There are two main ways to measure the quality of a video call: full reference and no reference. As you can see by the name, it depends on the degree of information that is available from the original video. FR methods are based on comparing distorted video with the original video. So if you use FR method, it is possible to measure the video quality pretty much accurately. NR method does not need original video. This method searches for artifacts in the pixel domain of a video. Because it doesn't use the original video, it can be easily applied. Although NR method cannot measure the exact quality of a video, it is more suitable for measuring distortion from the nature of a codec. For example, because most video codec use block-based coding, so on the poor network condition, you can see the blankness and frame freezing during the video call. The NR method is suitable for measuring this kind of distortions. Let's take a look at some famous FR methods briefly. Many FR methods have been proposed. The VMAF is developed by Netflix, scoring the Netflix video stream delivered over TCP. And it is useful to adjust parameters for optimizing the compression and scaling rate. The full name is Video Multi-Method Assessment Fusion. From the name, you can guess it combines a couple of methods to predict the perceptual quality, including human visual modeling with machine learning. As I know, VMAF gives the best prediction of video quality than other FR methods. Next is MSSSIM. SSIM means structural similarity. It measures the structural difference between the original and the distorted video stream using luminance, contrast, and structure. PSNR is the most widely used pixel-based measurement. It is easily calculated and gives a number on a simple log scale. Because PSNR's limitation is well known that it sometimes does not reflect the human perception in a specific situation. PSNR HVS was developed to improve PSNR by adding the human visual system. This figure from the recent research about the performance of each FR method on the packing loss condition from 0 to 50%. This figure shows clearly the rate of change in each matrix. All of the metrics show a good level of video quality in case of no packing loss until 20% of packing loss. But when the packing loss rate is higher than 20%, each metric shows a linear decrease. Interestingly, both VMAF and VIFP show a lower tolerance to packing loss than other metrics. In other words, VMAF, VIFP can detect the quality degradation on the packing loss than other metrics. Next, a subjective evaluation based on human score was also carried out using the same set of video recordings. As expected, the most score is high when there is no packing loss. And this value decreases as long as packing loss increases until the final value of 1 in the case of a 50% packing loss. This paper showed that VMAF and VIF have the better correlation with the human score. The most FR method is designed to assess the performance of video codec without frame skip. But real-time communication is totally different from the original aim of FR method. Because in most real-time video call, which is based in UDP transport, delay is reduced and frame skipping happens. FR method evaluates the video quality using a frame-by-frame approach. Therefore, it cannot be applied directly to real-time video call stream. We need a new approach. We believe it is technically possible to make a marking in each standing video frame and to record the video stream in receiving phone. We solved this problem by using the routing phone. In this phone, we can easily access the captured image from the camera and manipulate it. Before sending a captured camera to the app, certain numbers were marked in each image. In receiving phone, the transmitted image were recorded into a file when it was displayed. And the number marked on each frame was recognized using OCR technology. At the receiving side, we don't need the routing phone because Android and iPhone provide a recording feature. This method could be applied to all applications that run on a smartphone. And we could get information from the marks on the video frame. As I mentioned before, the frame skipping happened in the receiving phone. We collected the reference image that had the same marks as the recorded image. These files were used to feed into FR method. We could extract the frame rate, error frame rate, jitter, delay information from the marks. This additional information could be used to measure the NR methods such as blockiness and jerkiness. This result of video assessment in our measurement system. First, let's take a look at the video recorded in both sender and receiver. You can see the matrix on the right side. Each matrix shows the assessment value at frame by frame. This is a high score case. The VMAF is moving around 95 per point. Sometimes we can see the freezing and skipping. The freezing happens followed by skipping because after skipping happens, there is no video frame to display on the screen. The last frame before skipping have to be displayed again and again until the new frame arrived. There is also bad quality video example. You can see that the video quality is bad at a glance. Maybe there was poor network condition. As I explained before, you can see blocks in this video. You can see that the delays increased, see more freezing and skipping. So that's all about video assessment system. This time, I'd like to tell you about the different side of quality. The voice quality measurement system that I mentioned before was to measure the electrical property of the voice using the ear jack. However, most users listen to acoustic sound played by speaker through the ear. More specifically, the sound waves are vibrated in the speaker and transmitted through the pinna and ear canal. The pinna helps the brain identify the direction of sound. From the pinna, the sound waves enter the tube-like structure called the ear canal. This canal serves as a sound amplifier. The sound waves travel through the canal and reach the eardrum. As the sound waves hit the eardrum, the sensory information goes into an inner ear. The main structure in the inner ear is called the cochlea, where the sensory information in the waveform is transformed into neural form. Finally, the sound is recognized in your brain. This is the exact meaning of the call quality. This kind of measurement requires special equipment that mimics the human ears and human canal, ear canal. In the 1990s, ITUT designed and standardized the hatch for this measurement. The advantage of a hatch is to measure and analyze the sound considering the human auditory system, which cannot be measured by electrical signals. Because hatch provide realistic, accurate, and repeatable acoustic measurement across the full range of human hearing, hatch was used to make Clover device. All factors related to call quality were accurately measured and optimized to provide the best call quality. Also, every time a new phone is released, we measure and analyze the precise sound quality using hatch to check the line call's quality. When defects are found, we develop software solutions and apply them to line call to improve these defects. According to recent research survey of 3,000 people in 3 major Asia countries, people who used both line call and the other apps preferred line call quality. This means more objective call quality assessment from the user who have experienced both service heavily. We find many interesting things when we analyze the statistical property of line call. Japan uses a lot of audio call, and Thailand uses a lot of video call. Maybe people in Thailand like to talk face to face. The title of this session is an 8 years journey. You might have imagined a more interesting story. Sorry, the story got a little bit boring because I want to show you how much effort we made to keep live call quality. Anyway, now I'm happy that I can relax in the office and monitoring the global quality. After all, the call quality is the most important, and we should manage it as well. We are still doing our best for the call quality today. Thank you for your time. Thank you.